You're getting older. You look at him, you're like, not looking how you used to. Just
That's
take
not
off your glasses.
And you can't see very well.
Get ready. It's time. Christina, Katherine, Lisa, Amy, and Lauren. Welcome to the Cimorelli podcast.
Hey, I'm Christina. I'm Katherine.
I'm Amy.
I'm Lauren.
And we're Cimorelli.
Hey, guys.
Welcome back to
the
the
Cimorelli
Cimorelli podcast.
We're
Hello,
back.
y'all. We're back. Christina's back in the studio.
Yay.
She can, in fact, read, folks.
Oh, yeah.
In case you wondered from 2 weeks ago.
Too far.
But we never said, oh, wait, you said she could.
They said I couldn't read.
It was just me. Kath
When I
laughed
wasn't
like she
here.
Was appalled. She can read.
Where's Leah Michelle?
How dare. Oh my
Thank
gosh.
So we're back with episode 266, my good people. And today we're going to be talking about single, dating, married, how to thrive in the stage of life that you're in. And in the words of Lauren, don't wish it away. Or whatever that thing is. You know, you say, it's in the verse of Pressure, we say, can't wish it away.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm changing it to don't wish it away.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So we'll go through like what stage of life we're in right now.
And what's like
and then our
health
tips. The tips, well, Lauren and Amy aren't going to give any marriage. How to.
That's what you think.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what
okay.
you think.
They'll give their
I have
love to know
so
your guys' marriage
many
tips
tips.
on how to thrive in your marriage. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I bet I actually do, just based on all my observations.
No, same.
Perhaps. Yeah. I feel
Perchance.
like you can learn a lot not being, like, just from observing.
No, you
Yeah.
can.
Yeah. It's more just the
Definitely.
practical application of, like, practicing things. And then you see
Yeah.
things that you thought were true or not. But
Yeah.
it's probably different for every
yeah.
person, too. So let's start with our highs and lows of the week.
OMG.
I
I have one daughter.
have
what
one
is that?
daughter.
It's
I
like
get it relentlessly on my
It's
TikTok.
like a sound. Do you have any kids?
Oh, I always skip it because I'm like, what is this?
It's always some
Yeah.
random story, and I don't know why I watch all of them because they're not normally
They're
that
funny.
good.
Yeah.
They're good.
Yeah, I think
It's like this guy, he like makes, remember how like in the olden days there was, hide your kids, hide your wife. It's like that type of thing.
Oh, where it's like Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, they're, like, making it
conversation.
a
But he
song.
does like dating app conversations and he makes them into songs.
Oh,
And it was this guy being like,
didn't
know that. This lady being like, I have one daughter, and this guy was like, oh, is she by the same father? She was like, I have one daughter. And the guy kept saying it over and over and asking, no, but like, how many baby daddies? That's what the whole
But
conversation was. Have one daughter. It's really good melody.
Yeah, it actually is.
It gets stuck in my head a lot.
Yeah, I've been
Singing it all week. Okay, high and low of the week. Well, my low was very low.
What happened,
My
girl?
child, well, Asa, my baby, had an ear infection, and he was awake for 2.5 hours in the middle of the night.
Ooh.
And for a lot of that time, he was screaming, and it was very
Ooh.
painful to the ear and to the soul.
Now,
Have
did
they
the
all-
twins get woken up by
Have they all had ear infections before?
They all have, yeah.
I wonder. Yeah, I'm surprised mine have not because I'm the ear infection child of our family, actually. I had so many that I was going to have to get...
the
what is it?
tubes?
Yeah, whatever. And I didn't somehow.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised mine do not.
Have you taken them in to get checked when they're showing signs? Because that's...
I don't think they ever have had signs.
Okay. Usually it's like they were sick and they had a lot of congestion, and then after that they're like writhing around in pain.
No.
Or like Dominic would like vomit. But he didn't have stomach bug. Yeah. But
Interesting.
they haven't had a lot. They've had maybe like 1 to 2 each. They haven't had like tons of ear
Yeah, but you
infection.
got 3 kids, so that's
Yeah.
6 year infections.
Ah!
It's
that
been a
you're
lot.
going through.
Yeah,
oh
not
my
at the same time.
gosh.
But yeah, our last one was in January. That was Dominic. And then Asa. This is his second one.
Oof.
But yeah, he was up and it was very painful. And I finally took him out out at night to like look outside. He loves birds and he loves going outside to look for birds. And it was like 4 a.m. and I was just out looking at the street like, oh, everyone's asleep. But he calmed down right away. I wish I would have done that sooner. That's my tip if your child has an ear infection and you're like up with them in the middle of the night. Just go outside if you can for a little bit. It really helped him calm down.
You know what? Speaking of Asa, Barrett and Tristan, cannot understand that he is a boy. They always say she, and then I'm like, do you think Asa's a girl? And they always say yes.
You know, they
I'm like,
wouldn't be the
"Guys,
first.
Asa is a boy," and they do not understand it. We were just
a lot
talking
of
about it in
people
the
think
car.
He's a girl in public, which I don't dress. I dress him in very like, I feel like neutral color. Like, I don't know. It's not like he's wearing a pink bow.
I
or
think he
something.
looks like a boy, but
I think he looks like a boy to me.
But they were
personally.
saying, oh, Theo's the cutest. Asa's the cutest. They were talking about babies that are cute, even though they're not really babies.
That's
They're
so
saying
sweet.
Asa's so cute. She is such a cute girl. And I was like, guys, you know that's a boy.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Totally.
So they are really struggling with
Wow.
that.
I can't really think of a high. What was my high? Went to the library. It was pretty good.
That's good.
Love that.
Yeah.
Mine's easy. Okay, every week it's probably gonna be pregnancy related, so that's the end of that. My low. Yeah, see, my low wasn't even that my children were both sick, because they weren't even acting sick. It didn't affect their sleeping.
That's
but we
so
just had to
good.
stay at home, which was annoying
Yeah.
forever. So that wasn't even my low. My low. Oh, I have a low turned high. My low is that I'm so sick. Not literally sick, like first trimester sick. But then my real low was that I was so sick. I was like, I'm gonna die. But then my high is that I figured out it's because of one of my supplements. So I stopped taking it. It's because of DHA, the fish oil supplement. I figured out that one makes me violently sick.
Whoa.
And I hate it, unfortunately, but I really need to take it later. I don't know. I'm too scared to try taking it at night, because I feel like if something makes you really, really nauseous, and then you take it at night, it's going to ruin your sleep. So I'm like, do I even try?
Is there a different way to have it?
Nah.
Ooh.
Eating fish.
Oh, that doesn't
you
sound
can't
like
You think I'm going to do that right now? So that's my low. That was my high. When I figured that out, that it was that caused me such illness, I was so happy. So that was the high of my week. It was an amazing realization, because now I'm just miserable every day, but not like want to die.
Oh my gosh.
Love
Good.
that.
So that was a win.
I
Yeah,
just sent you.
so excited.
You never look at my Instagram things that I sent.
Yeah,
I
because
sent
you and Mom both sent me so many things on Instagram. I
I know.
can't
I feel
keep
bad
up.
because I just responded to like a bunch of
I
moms for the past
can't
month.
keep up with them.
But I just sent you this funny one that was like, it was like the food pyramid when you're pregnant, and it was like first trimester, it was like crackers, ginger ale, and then it was like second trimester, all these perfectly balanced, healthy meals, and then it was like third trimester, and it was like fries. And like all these like random things, and I feel like that's so true.
What?
It's like the first trimester you can't really eat because you're sick, and you're just kind of eating whatever carbs you can keep down. Second trimester, you like have all this energy, you can cook all these great meals, and you feel really good. Third trimester, I feel like you're kind of just over it. I feel like that was the time that I gave in the most to my fast food cravings. I was like, oh, I need a quesadilla.
Third
from Taco Bell.
trimester, you normally can't eat as much because your stomach
Yeah.
is so squished.
But it's like if you're
so
craving
you're like,
something, you're like the hormones are so
You're like,
high
why
that you're like,
not?
I need it.
oh, I only have one. I have one food pyramid for pregnancy, and it's fruit. That's the food
Well,
pyramid
yeah,
for me.
that's
It's just fruit. Don't give a rip at anything else. So that's that. Anyway, that's the end. So if the next several weeks until September, mid-September, if I'm just like, it's just because I'm struggling to stay awake, not because I'm mad. I'm actually not in a bad mood at all this pregnancy, which makes me think it's a girl.
Oh.
Number one, which I already thought.
Oh my
I could so
gosh,
see
Which
you
I'm
got
always
two little girls?
I'm always wrong about, but
Oh.
that would be crazy because then your family birth order would be our
exactly
family.
like ours.
Michael, Christina, Katherine.
So yeah, I'm not mad at all this pregnancy, but also I am just in better health, mental and physical anyway, so I don't know if I can really compare. But anyway, yeah. So that's why if I'm glaring at them, I'm not actually glaring at them. I'm just struggling to stay awake.
Love it.
Because it's like the fatigue, the exhaustion is unreal. It really is like having stomach flu. Does stomach flu make you exhausted?
Yeah.
Or normal flu? It's like having stomach flu for me, I guess it's 8 to 10 weeks, 8 weeks. That's what it's like, nonstop, 24/7.
Ah.
So, but then you're happy though. No, but you're not
Yeah,
happy.
at
But
least
I'm
you
happy.
have a reason. Like when you have
I'm
stomach
happy.
flu, you're just sick and you're like, this sucks.
Yeah. I'm not like
Yeah.
I'm not like
Yay, there's a child.
I'm sick. I'm like, oh, I'm pregnant. I'm happy about that. Blah 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 blah. So I am happy currently, but sometimes you're not. We'll just say. Well, because I think people who are like really miserable and they're not happy, which was
Yeah.
me the last 2 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like I'm just saying at least there's something at the end of the misery.
Yeah.
You know.
So it's for a reason, for a cause.
Yeah.
My low was you being
Out of commission.
unresponsive. I sent her like 8,000 things to listen to. Please listen. No, actually, didn't really beg you. I was just like,
You
here's
didn't.
another. Here's another.
If you
here's
begged
another.
more, I might have rolled out of the grave.
But it wasn't like, oh, I need this right this moment.
Because she sent it while both kids were sick, and I didn't realize I needed to stop taking DHA. So I was
I knew you
so
were cooked.
miserable.
And I heard crickets.
I was like, I'll do that
Nothing
another time.
All she heard was
days.
cricket.
But then you actually responded yesterday. And I was like, wow,
Yeah.
she's back.
I was back yesterday.
Love it.
My high
Is when I responded yesterday.
Yes.
Yes, it's when Christina responded. Wait. I know of one. Oh, my high was I went to dinner with my friend and this guy that she just met.
I feel like I already know
And
which
she
friend when
wanted
you
me
say that.
to meet him.
Oh.
And it was so funny.
I
It's
love
like, why
it.
am I third wheeling a first date?
Oh,
You know what? I love
But
that.
it was fun and funny, so
Oh my gosh.
Cute.
yeah.
Love that.
Oh, the family birthday party.
Spontaneous.
I forgot. That was fun.
Oh yeah.
We had a really fun family birthday party.
Had to
Unfortunately,
miss
you guys
that.
weren't there because you were sick.
Family yeah.
And our
it was,
dad
like,
flew a
literally,
kite.
Like 3 people. It was fun though.
Yeah, it was really fun. Our dad
We had
flew
a
a
good
kite,
time.
and it was,
Yeah.
and Amy was trying to
I couldn't do it at first. I didn't know what
wasn't
to
it
do.
literally like 10 people?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it felt so
Which-
small.
In
It
our
was
family,
us 3 and Nick.
And Joey.
No, Joey was downstairs.
3?
Sick.
Nick.
Oh.
What does he have?
It was literally. He's well now.
So
And
you
my
3,
children.
Nick,
and
children,
Max,
Well,
too.
yeah. I'm
parents.
saying- yeah.
That's 10 people.
Yeah, it felt so small.
Which literally feels like one person in
So
our
quiet.
family.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was
Oh,
fun.
he brought his friend in. That's how I felt. I was like, felt like there was another boy.
Oh yeah, Henry.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, what a life. What a life.
Highlight.
Let's hear it.
You've had so
My
much
high
time.
has been the sunsets.
Oh, because you literally send us
great pics.
a picture every day.
Because
Every night,
Oh,
Amy's
wait.
like, sunset picture.
That
the
was a
sunflower?
high.
That
We went to
was.
that
The
sunflower field,
Yeah,
and
what
it was
the
a
heck?
crazy sunset.
Yeah, we had so much fun. Oof.
I really want a sunflower
I need to go there.
Lauren was like,
field.
"Oh, I'm driving," and I was like, "You're in for the ride of your life."
And I was.
Wow.
That drive over was so pretty.
It was amazing. So those are definite high, but then they also come with a bit of a low because they make you feel oddly like small and a little lonely, and you're like,
Sunflowers?
What do?
sunsets, sunflowers, like doing.
Being in the great
Oh.
outdoors.
Yeah, it's like a weird
Didn't
like
know that.
wilderness.
All right.
feeling.
I got to read you this poem I wrote once, literally about the sunset and the feeling of loneliness.
Yes.
But I wrote there's a beautiful way of being
No,
lonely.
it is.
And it's like the yearning of someone to share it with.
But it's also it's
It's
like
not necessarily a bad
no,
loneliness.
it's
Oh my
not like
gosh.
it's like it's just a thing, and I think it just brings all of your emotions of this incredible and intense like gratitude for life, but then also like I literally was like yelling out the window on my way home to my friend from one of the sunsets. I was like, life isn't that bad. Because you're like at one with the earth, and you're like, life isn't actually that bad.
You know what I think it is? I think it's because you're viewing something so beautiful.
Yeah.
And I think beauty
It's like
stirs up a
shocks
lot of
you.
emotion.
Yeah.
Good and bad. It's like
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. It just connects you with your humanity in a way.
Yeah, and then I was like yelling out the window, "I'm a tree hugger now!" So, I'm a tree hugger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now just gotta do what you
Yelling
feel.
So that's my high, and kind of, I don't know. My low has just been the normal mental turmoil times that just come about in life.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't really have much to say about it. It's just like,
okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
I like this bun.
Thank you.
That's like a new bun.
Thank you.
I don't think I've seen you do a
Follow
bun like
a
that, but I like
tutorial?
that.
No.
It has like a cool twist.
Oh,
I
wow.
like it.
Looks good. So yeah, that's my life.
Okay, then we're going to get into our main topic, which is single, dating, married. how to
Thrive
in your
Your
I was gonna say
season.
your
current
city.
season. Because, like, I'm
season.
single, she's dating, they're married. Get it?
But before we get into that, to say Lisa's not here today because she's supporting her husband through his cancer treatment. So please keep their family in your prayers. She comes in to record and do TikToks and original music with us. That's like the number one priority. So that's where you'll see her. If you go over to TikTok and Instagram, you'll see her there. And soon to be YouTube. I guess actually no, YouTube right now from our last originals. But soon to be more YouTube since we're working on some stuff right now.
We are.
We really are. And then if you want to get every full episode, you got to join our Patreon, patreon.com/Cimorelli, link in the description. Our patrons are the best. You get to be a part of Lauren's Take. We have patrons of the week. We have all these different tiers. We have an exclusive live stream we do every month where we tell you something that's not out to the public yet. Mm-hmm. What else do we have? There's a bunch of
Sometimes
stuff.
I'm like, why are y'all telling them this? But you are trustworthy, so.
There's a lot of things.
Yeah. Also, it's like basically a vlog channel.
Yes.
Like,
So much
we
behind
literally
the scenes.
vlog so much stuff for Patreon.
Oh yeah, every Monday we have a video out, and a lot of times it is a vlog, a writing or filming vlog. So you really get to see.
And the filming vlogs with Lisa are just wild times.
Oh my
Scary.
gosh.
Oh my
Lisa's always doing something whack, as per usual.
Yeah. So that's that. If you want to support us and you want to get every full episode, you got to join our Patreon. We love our patrons. You guys are the best. So now on to the main topic.
Main topic.
Let's start with single.
Single.
Wait, just in case, I'm like, what if some random person finds this podcast? Like, who are these people? Everyone say what your status is before
I
we
did
start.
just say it.
I am
I
saying
know,
it.
just-
we
you're-
start with single.
Oh, okay.
And Amy,
I am the only single one here. Ha 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 ha.
Okay.
But I was saying whoever has been single,
Can-
which I was saying I haven't in my adult life, and I have
No,
almost.
literally not. And that's so weird to think because my entire adult life has nominally been single.
Feel like I have almost nothing to add to this, so I'm just gonna let them take
Because
it
you're like,
away.
I was not content. Because you were just a teenager.
Yeah.
SMH. So how do you make the most of your single season?
As an adult. Well, guys, it's tricky. It is tricky out there in these streets. Because there's so many pressures, especially on women, in terms of like settling down and like
Like timelines?
yes, timeline settling down. Also, all of the podcasts. No offense, we have a podcast, but there's just so much advice and everyone telling you
Oh
what
my
to do all the
gosh.
time.
Be in your feminine energy.
Yeah, like,
ah.
and everyone has
Be in
some
your
type
feminine
of like
energy.
rule or like thing.
The
that-
reason why you don't have
Yes!
a man is because
Yeah.
you did this niche thing. And
yeah.
Toxic.
Yeah, or like, and a lot, I am so blessed that the only nagging person is me in my life. But a lot of people have people that are nagging them in their
Yeah.
life.
Oh, like their mom?
Yeah. Oh,
who's
God
like, when are
bless
you-
you, Lynn.
When are you gonna give me
Grandbabies.
grandkids? Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
she's
that'd
already
be-
got so many. She's like, I don't need any more.
She
We're
never once asked us when we'd give her
No.
grandchildren, and praise the Lord for that.
good. Yeah. So thank you, Lynn, for that.
Because the moms who do that, that's a bit much.
It's hard because it's like, no
It's a lot of
offense.
pressure.
It's like, it's their life, you know? And anyway. So,
Wait,
you
is
know.
that the nail polish I gave you?
Yeah.
Oh my
cute.
gosh, do you like it?
Yes, I do.
Cute.
I was thinking about layering it with the white underneath it next time to make it
Yeah.
more
Oh,
opaque.
yeah, I think so.
Turn up the, what is that?
the opacity.
Yes.
That reminds me
Because
of
that's what Lisa
Photoshop.
told me to do.
Wait, what happens if you mix? Have you ever done that? Mixed nail polish
I
colors?
never
do
have
they
done
mix?
that.
I don't, I think so.
Or do they dry
pour
too
them
fast?
out?
I don't
Or,
even know.
like,
If
onto
you
a
just
paper
paint
plate
one and then
and
you
just-
paint
like
the
a
other one
paint-
really quick, would they mix together?
I think
or
they
no?
might.
Only if one's like sheer, then you can see through it. Otherwise,
there's
it's
the
just
same
kind of
brand.
like if you paint it over on a wall.
Yeah.
It's like
Mm.
No, I mean at the same time when they're both wet. If you try to get them to mix.
You probably
maybe.
could in a way. I don't know.
Anyway,
Yeah,
sorry,
probably
side
kinda.
thought. I was wondering. Okay, continue.
Yeah. So, you know,
So how do you make the most?
I am trying to make the most of my single era because, you know, I didn't know A, it was going to last this long. But B, you just don't know where life's going to take you. I don't know where my life's going to take me. So
And whatever like era you're in, like why not make the most of what if you're not trying to make the most of the season you're in, then you are kind of just like wasting a lot of your time. Like if you're just like I'm just gonna be I don't know resentful or whatever it is about what season you're in, and then you're gonna look back at that season and be like, oh my gosh, I literally wasn't like
Yeah.
living in that season.
And I've learned
Ingrid.
that exactly. I've learned that I tend to assign a lot of emotional meanings to things where it's like, oh, I must be sad because of this thing or because I'm not in a relationship with this thing, but I'm really just using that as like a reason to understand why I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling. But also what I have come to learn, especially as I have become 30 in the last month, I feel like being 30 really does change your mind on a lot of things. But I've just decided that I don't have time to be annoying to myself. It's
true.
so annoying to be annoying to yourself.
Like,
I'm
you mean, like, what do you mean
true.
by annoying?
like I'm just done nagging myself. I'm done like being so consistently worried about how things are going to work out and how things are going to turn out because I don't know. I don't know where I'm going to be. I don't know what's going to happen. And that I feel like is like the biggest thing of life is like in my life as I'm learning to try to do right now is like make peace with where I am. Because I don't know where I'm going to go. Who could know where you're going to go? I don't know. I definitely don't know. No, I'm reading a word.
You're what?
I'm reading it. Never mind. That was a tangent. Anyway, I'm just reading this
Are you
book.
saying make peace is like one of your biggest tips?
Yes, my biggest
Acceptance?
thing that I'm doing right now is acceptance.
Which is great.
Surrender. Because it's hard. It's hard to accept where you are for some reason. And I feel like some people are naturally very good at making peace with where they are.
Yeah.
And some
I feel
people
like
are
Lisa
not.
is.
Lisa's so good at it.
feel like
Lisa,
She
It's a
lives in
struggle.
the moment.
Lisa's my number one person to Lisa's the best person to talk about this stuff with because she's just like, have fun, live that love, ride the river of life.
I think
I'm
she
like,
enjoyed
"You're so right."
her single era.
She lived it up, and I'm trying to do so. So yeah, I want to just do Operation Live, Laugh, Love, have fun, go out, like take all the pressure off of stuff because there really doesn't need to be any pressure. I feel like I've become somewhat puritanical in my olden age, and I want to undo that of like, oh no, I have to be so stringent and so like too hyper conscious of other people and how I could possibly affect them if I do this, that, and the other. Like, what if I like someone and then I stop liking them? Like, is that morally bad? So I think that's just like,
Oh yeah, it's giving OCD.
Change your mind.
yeah. So that's my vibe. Is just like live, laugh, love. That's what I'm trying to go for here.
Do you guys have anything to add?
Yeah, I have a couple things. I was thinking about it. I really enjoyed my single season. Doesn't mean that I enjoyed every second and I never struggled, because I definitely had moments where I remember writing letters to God and being like, why haven't you brought me my person yet? I really want to be married. Like in my early 20s, I wanted to like meet someone. I just wasn't. And I had a lot of different like thoughts and reflections on this. Number one is that I think being happy in your life is a skill that you either you develop it or you don't, and your relationship status is not going to change that. This is something I've noticed. It's like,
That's a great point.
I do feel like it being single. Okay, I guess there's different things. Some people are like single and they don't really want to be in a relationship, and then it's like that's
Love
totally cool.
that for you.
And then there's some people that are like, they're single and they want to be in a relationship, and it's kind of like the thorn in their side. It's like the one thing that they really want. I feel like that was me. Like I really wanted to find someone. And but I realized I don't have control over this.
Yes.
I was going to all the social things, all the young adult groups. I had so many friends, so
Not
many plans.
the groups.
And I met so many
You were doing
great people.
everything?
I was doing what
You're
I
on
could.
the apps. You were doing all. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was on that. Yeah, you guys had created me an app profile at one point.
So like, if I'm doing literally everything, then obviously the part that's out of my control, I obviously cannot control that. I'm doing everything I can control.
I think you have to
Yeah.
make peace with like the fact that you can't control it. And I do think that there is the side of that of like, if you're kind of just hiding in your room all day and you're not really going anywhere or meeting anyone, then you don't really have, in my opinion, a right to be that mad about it, because it's like you're not
what
really
did you
doing
do?
your part. Your part is just to show up, put yourself out there, smile at people, be
Yeah.
friendly. That's all you can do. And then when the right person comes, you just got to be ready, and they will come.
Yeah.
I really believe, based on like, I have a lot of different friends, I've heard a lot of different people's stories over the years, and I really think there's a thread of like, I have friends that met their person in their like later 30s and got married and are now having kids, which is so beautiful
it.
and amazing to see. And they were people that were like, they were single much longer than they thought. That they wanted to be married like way long before that. But the common thread is that they kind of got to this place of like, okay, it's not happening for me right now. I guess it's not supposed to happen right now. I'm just going to focus on enjoying my life and creating a life that I love. And then they met their person. And I
love it.
I think that's my other main point is like, you don't need to be in a relationship to create a life that you love.
Yes.
Like for me, when I was single, I was literally booked and busy every minute.
You were.
Like I had so many different friends. I was volunteering a lot. I had causes in the community that I was passionate about. I was doing fundraisers. Like there's different things that I was really passionate about that I felt like my life, and obviously we were doing our music career too.
Yeah.
It's like I had a job that I loved. I had volunteer work that I felt really passionate about. I had great friendships. So yes, I still ached for that person and I felt like something's missing, but I really lived a good full life. I traveled a lot. Like I went on solo road trips. Like I feel like I was doing what I could to live my life to the fullest. And I got to a place of like, if I can't appreciate what I have right now, I'm not gonna be able to appreciate when that person comes.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like I've seen that in people, like they kind of have this very like looking for the bad in life attitude. And then when they're married, they still are like that. And
They're
then
still
just-
looking for the
and then you're just
bad.
unhappy with your partner and you're
True.
noticing all their flaws and how you should have married someone else because they're not good enough. Like
Yeah.
that's now that might be kind of harsh, but like I feel like that's a you problem. If like you're always miserable because you're always noticing the bad in your life, you're going to project that onto your partner. So
That's so
you
true.
don't need a partner to be happy. You need to
No.
like find fulfillment and joy in your life right now. And you can do that. And I
tell
think
'em.
I was in a really
Love
good,
it.
like happy, pretty secure place with myself when I met Max.
Yeah,
Because I was
because
focused on the other stuff.
I've been thinking about that a lot
Yeah.
lately, especially I was in Bible study the other night and we were talking about the Bible verse. It's like, who like ask and you shall receive, like keep knocking, like your friend's gonna give you food if you just refuse to go away, basically, like persistence.
Yeah.
And it was really reminding me of the truth of like most of life is the process of becoming who we are meant to be. So it's like the single life, the married life, like who are we meant to be while we're single?
Yes.
Who are we meant to be while we're married, while we're dating, like, all these different things.
Yeah. Oh, and the last thing I was going to add is like, one thing that I did find really helpful, because there definitely were moments where I was lonely, where I was sad. Like, I don't want to dismiss that. I think you can live a really good life and also have a good
The
desire.
single scaries.
Yeah, there's moments where you're like, am I ever going to meet them? And what I did in those moments was write a letter to my future husband, and I had a whole box of like,
That's
I would
cute.
just express, and this was me saying like, I have faith that there is a person out there for me, and I'm going to meet him one day.
Wait,
And like,
have you shown those to Max?
yes, I did.
Oh,
That's sweet.
Oh my
I
gosh.
gave them to him on our wedding day.
That's so
Yeah,
cute.
and it- honestly,
Ugh, I
looking-
don't have anything like that.
No offense, if I tried to write a letter, no.
Maybe
They
you
wouldn't be
should.
able to read it.
Maybe you should
Maybe type
try
it.
that.
I wrote.
Yeah, I'd
so
have to
many,
type it up.
So many
Seems
letters.
like a good exercise.
Because it
Yeah.
really made you think like, this person that I'm meant to be with, I have such faith that they're out there. They're living, breathing. What are they doing right now? Are they at their
Yeah.
job? Are they like, I don't know, are they hanging out with their
Yeah.
friends? Like,
Love
you're
it.
thinking of a real person.
And what about their life timeline, too?
it just keeps your hope alive.
Yeah,
So,
what
yeah.
a life. Well, great.
Yeah,
Great.
Anything else to add, or should we go to dating?
I think
That
that
was a
was
lot.
great info.
Kath did amazing.
I don't think I was as
Owning
fulfilled
it.
in my single life as you.
I just thought of one other good point is that if you do what they're saying and you're like making the most of it and like building your life, then you're also way less desperate when you meet someone, which is going to put you in a better place for a
To meet a
relationship
better
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
and to meet a
Yeah.
better person.
I don't
yeah.
think when you meet your person, they should be like, oh, this was really fun. When can you hang out again? And you'd be like, literally any day at any time, because I have nothing. Like I know that sounds bad, but it's like, I think you should have stuff going on, like
literally
that
any
you're doing.
day.
Because you should have a full life and they're adding to that, or else they're just
Yeah.
going to become your everything, and then it's going to be too much pressure. I don't know.
Yeah,
Just
I
gotta
agree.
have stuff going on.
I agree.
Okay, so then moving on to dating,
Dating.
which I have a lot of many years of dating experience since I wasn't married for 10 years.
Yeah, see, I don't really have a lot of like, I dated a lot of guys, but I didn't date almost anyone that long. It was like 1 9-month relationship. That was the longest.
Yeah.
Everything else was like 3 months. I'm like, I don't know that I really was that good at dating.
So how do you make? So Lauren's our resident
Our
current
resident dater.
current dating season.
Well, there's kind of two
How do you make the most of it?
dating definitions,
Yeah.
though, of like in a relationship and then like dating. I guess that's still single.
Either-
going
either-
on.
Well, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
thinking more
Yeah.
of being
Yeah,
in
okay.
a relationship.
Yeah, I
because,
mean,
like,
yeah.
How do you make
single
the
and
most?
dating is can
Oh,
be
that's
different.
How do you
Well-
not make the most of that season?
Well, I think you can be like skipping ahead too
Yeah.
much of like, oh, I
Oh,
want to get married,
yes.
da, 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 da. And I think that
That's
I've
a very good
definitely
point.
fallen in that sometimes, especially just from like a security standpoint. where
Yes.
It's like you want to like
Security.
skip forward. You want to be like, oh, we've only been dating like 3 months. Like, oh, I want to be at like 6 months, a year. Like, I want like more like
yeah.
like security, and like
security.
the long relationship. And
Want
then
to
it's
get
like,
out of the uncertainty.
I
Yes.
felt that in like singleness a lot too. Though. It's the same
like
feeling.
wanting to skip ahead. But something that this random guy said to me that really stuck with me.
Random guy.
Well,
Okay.
it's just funny that he said this, but it's that like he was like asking me about like, oh, when I wanted to get married or something. He's like, well, you know, when you marry someone, you have the whole rest of your life being with them. The timing right now is the way shorter point. So why do you need to rush something that will be like 50 years long potentially?
Yeah.
Like,
Crazy.
And you
and
only
I always
date-
think
yeah.
about that, even like being single too, of like, oh, I want this next chapter, but it's like, that is the long one. You're in the short one right now. Like, these
Gotta
are the
live it up.
things that you're not going to have for a very long time. Again, like certain, especially once you start having kids and stuff, like,
Yes, so true.
you're in the short period right now. And that always like gives me perspective of like not like wishing things away or wanting to skip ahead.
And I think back on like so many dating memories of Nick, and I'm like, oh, we can literally never have that. I mean, we can have a new,
Yeah.
different, and like great vibe in our marriage, and it's like deeper and it, blah, blah, all this great stuff. But
But it's
we can
different,
never have that again. I'm
Falling
like,
in love is like
Oh,
such
can
a special
never
time.
Yeah. So I think trying to like be in the moment with your dating relationship and not trying to skip forward to like the next part, even though it's easy to want to do that.
And a lot of the dating memories like almost like fuel our marriage more.
Oh.
So it's like the memories that you make in that time will like add to your marriage.
Yeah, that is really sweet.
Wait, I love that.
Because it's like things that you won't experience later, and like sides of the person you might not necessarily see again or for a while, or just like a time, or things that you just can't do anymore. So then you just like think of those and it'll make you like happy or excited or blah 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 in maybe a moment where there's nothing that's currently going to make you that happy or excited, because like logistically you're like, oh,
Yeah.
we're going, or like you're like, I'm postpartum, I obviously cannot do anything right now, blah blah. But then you're like thinking about these memories and it like fuels you in those moments. So it's nice to have those for the future also.
Yeah, I think another thing that this is just like how to thrive in this season is making sure that you still keep your own life and your own self very much a thing. Because I mean, it's easy, especially like, you know, if you live close by with someone, like you want to just like hang out every day, you want to see them all the time, you want to just talk to them about
Intertwine
everything.
everything.
Yes, but like
Everything is we.
yes, but it's not good to be too intertwined. My therapist is like, you need to make sure you're spending nights by yourself and having self-care time. Like, okay. You can't just be hanging out with him and then when you're not, oh, you're doing something else either. It's like you need to take time for yourself too, to like process and like keep cultivating
Your
like,
relationship
your own
with you.
identity. Yeah.
Because like God
And your
willing,
self-care.
they're gonna be like in your house for like 50 years straight.
Oh, yeah, because losing your identity in someone else is a thing.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's not
You're
good.
never gonna
And
have
it's
this
like,
time where you can send him home again.
Yeah, and you like, I don't know, it just seems so like good, like, oh, you just want to spend all your time. It's like, why not? But that's just my advice to you. Unless you're like one of those people that's like, oh, I don't want to see him, but that might be a different
That
problem.
definitely might have a different problem.
Just trying to balance still like having your own stuff and taking care of yourself and like kind of like honestly the same thing as what you're talking about, being single too, like having your own life too.
Yeah.
It applies to both.
That's true.
Yeah. Do you guys have any tips for discerning in dating?
Oh, when you were talking about that, I was like, I think the one tip I have about like, because I feel I love Max and we have a great marriage, but I will say our dating relationship was very stressful for me. I was very anxious the entire time. I was terrified that I was going to make the wrong decision, and I was just like gripped by fear, and it just wasn't that enjoyable because I was so anxious. But I will say the one thing that was really positive was I grew so much in my faith life through dating and through discerning, like, if this is the right person. I was in adoration all the time, like talking to God, asking him. I was asking like priests that I knew who were really wise and like Franciscan friars. I was like, please
Straight to the source.
am I doing the right thing? But it's weird because it's like you wanna ask God, you wanna pray, you wanna like seek wisdom from like people that you trust, and which was good. But also, there's part of you that has to like trust yourself. That,
No one can tell you.
Yeah.
No one
can say, oh, yes, I know for a fact that this is exactly, and God doesn't come down and tell you, yes, this is exactly the right plan.
Yeah.
So
And
you
I think-
have to be in like that uncertainty.
Yeah, I think people that have the hardest time with dating relationships, like more serious ones that are going towards like possibly marriage, is like people that, which I feel like maybe all of us fall in this category of like, maybe not you, I don't know. Do you like struggling with certainty? Like having a really hard time living in the uncertain.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that.
That's like the
I
biggest theme of
hated
OCD. That's like the biggest
Yes,
like
I
cause
hated
root
that
of
feeling.
OCD, I guess.
Of like, what if I make this wrong choice? It felt like I was on a minefield of like, if I step here, what if a bomb explodes and I like die?
What if?
Yeah,
Like,
I think it's
yeah.
more like, oh, like, what if I'm not seeing something?
Yes,
I'm more
that's
like-
what I was afraid of.
The past catching up to me.
Yeah.
Oh
what I
my
mean, but-
Yeah. But it's interesting because it's like, yes, do the best you can, like use wisdom, seek counsel, pray a lot, like do it in a prudent way. But at the same time, there was this part of me that was like, nothing in life is really guaranteed. Like, yes, be
Yeah.
wise, but also sometimes you just have to jump.
Well,
and like at
just
one
stick
point
to
you just
the
have
facts.
to, it's like there isn't a guarantee. Your spouse, like, that sounds really bad, but like they could pass away. They
Yeah.
could you could get divorced. Like, you don't know what's going to happen down the line. They could have a crisis of faith. Like, you could marry someone who has a really strong faith. I know someone who this happened to, and then they like completely fall away from their faith and become atheists. Like, you just don't know what's going to happen. So make the best decision that you can. And for me, it was like really relying on prayer and the Holy Spirit to guide you. But also, there isn't a guarantee, as scary as that sounds.
No guarantees.
Well, and like I was saying, like just look at the facts. Like, okay, what is this person's character?
Look at
what
the
are they
facts.
proving? How has our relationship been? Like,
Yeah.
I think that it can feel really like, oh, this ominous, that's not the word,
No,
mystical thing of like the one. But it's like, I think it actually is pretty like practical.
You can look at the
Or it
facts.
can be
Yeah.
Just like, how's the relationship, honestly?
Yeah.
I would say last thing I'll say on the dating one is to be like making the most of, I guess, discerning. Here's what I would say now that I'm geriatric, aka almost 35, which is a geriatric pregnancy. So that's why I'm
I was
gonna.
like, I don't think you're geriatric
why-
in general.
That's why I'm referring to myself as geriatric. Okay.
Hard-won wisdom.
So I had a doctor's appointment for something different, but a couple weeks ago, and she was like laughing about that with me. She was like, well, now that you're geriatric, because you're going to be 35, I was like, oh my gosh. So anyway,
wild.
now that I am this age and I have, plenty of people in my age group who I knew, like acquaintances,
You've also
whatever,
seen,
who are gotten divorced at this
Yeah.
point, who got married in their 20s, and then friends who aren't, whatever. Now I could say, which I feel like this is obvious, I don't know why I didn't think of it as much when I was younger, but luckily I already applied it somehow, is I think what you're looking for, like, I think it's pretty easy what you're looking for. I think, well, besides the obvious, like getting along with the blah, 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 all that random stuff that is obvious, right? Because like, why would you be dating someone if you like don't get along with them at all and you
Yeah.
think everything they say is the dumbest thing ever? Obviously. But I feel like that's what people talk about more for some reason, like sense of humor. They always say that, whatever.
They do.
But I really think what you're looking for is character, and you're looking to see the person that you're dating, you're looking to see their character be tested. So you're looking to see what they do when they're really stressed.
You leave a $20 bill on the sidewalk.
You want to see what do they do in like moral dilemmas? What do they do in like work situations, family situations, other relationships, when they're really stressed, when something really difficult or like traumatic happens to them? What comes out of their character will really come out. What do they do? What do they show you? Because what you're choosing is, once again, you're in your 20s. It's hard to think like this, but if now that I'm in my 30s, it's very different. When you think of like 30s, 40s, 50s, and beyond, these are times of your life that are so rich, but they're filled with some of the most traumatic things, or the most traumatic, depending on your timeline of life, that you will ever experience in your life. So you're picking a partner to go through the traumatic grief and loss of life with. So you're looking at their character and you're like, I need someone who is going to be an amazing person to go through the most difficult times of life with. That's what you're looking for. And for some, I don't know why does this keep happening with people, but it's like people really will be tricking you out there, you know? They'll be trying to show you one type of character they have, whatever. And this is why I've seen friends getting married. And then that's not their character. You're dating and they show you one thing that's fake.
I think that some people, it takes a lot longer to get to know them than other people, based on like how their
really
life
get to
is.
know them?
Like if somebody has like a lot going on and like has been through a lot more in their life, I think you would know them quicker than someone that's like, they haven't been through that much, and you kind of have to wait a while for something to happen.
Changes you.
So
or you just ignore it.
Yeah.
So that's my last thing I'll say in that. We can move on to
marriage. So I'll start this one.
Okay, Laura. Just kidding. Okay, marriage top tips for making the most.
Because you guys are kind of far in. How many years we got?
We got 5.
Wait,
I'm an expert. No.
Wait, what? How many years am I at?
Did you get married in 2018? Yeah.
Oh, this will be 7?
5?
Yeah, this will be 7.
7-year itch.
I'll be hitting 7. I heard that this is the hardest year.
No,
the 7th
you'll be
year.
hitting 8.
No.
It's 2025. You got married in 2018. That's 3 years, and then 5 years. 5 plus 3,
7.
8. You're gonna be hitting 8.
Well, you're going.
Oh,
into
I'm
the
hitting.
8th
Oh, yeah, I'm
year.
hitting.
You're hitting
yeah.
it. You're
Sorry,
at 7.
I'm in the 7th year, but yeah, I'll be hitting.
Is it
8
your
years.
7th
Yeah.
anniversary?
Yeah. I think I heard that the 7th year. I think I was reading that.
The 7-year
Is
itch.
the hardest
I don't know what's
year
itching, but
of or one of the hardest years of marriage.
itchy.
But this
interesting.
was not the hardest.
Yeah, was it the hardest?
No. Because we were like working on so much stuff this year, so it's just better. This is like one of the best years. Because we got in such a good place. So that's my tip. Okay, so my tip.
Also, tell the viewers how long you guys have been together.
15, almost 16 years.
Wow.
So
That is a whole
making
lifetime.
the best of marriage, the best of your season of marriage. Nobody wants to hear this, I think, but I will say making the best of. Wait, why can I not say that? How to make the best of your. Wait, make the best. Is that where I'm? Is that where I'm losing it?
Yeah, make the most.
How to make the most of your current season, being married. Heal your traumas and your issues together. Get in therapy and be incredibly uncomfortable together. So what I'm saying is not enjoyable at all. But that's what we did. Do something very, very unenjoyable that is not fun together. And be triggered
Together.
together.
It's a team sport.
That's how you make the most of marriage, I will say, from my experience. That is how you make the most of your marriage. Become triggered.
I feel like
and
you
heal.
don't really have a choice in that to an extent, because it's like those things come up anyway.
Well, yeah, they do. So either live with your partner being constantly triggered by things, and then you having to end them having to deal with the consequences, or heal those things together and don't give each other consequences. You have a choice there. So that's how you make the most, I will say. And then everyone always says, plan date nights. So you already know that. Yeah, we do. We just started doing it recently. So we've done a couple already.
Wow.
We didn't used to do them very regularly. Now we do them regularly, which that's the advice everyone already gives, right? And it's good advice, I will
not
say.
everyone heard everything.
Oh,
Ever.
true. Everyone always says that, for a reason.
There you have
Plan
it.
date nights. I don't know why I used to be like, no. Like, why? did I say
Because
that?
it's like, why don't you do that? I see him every day.
Yeah.
No, but I wanted to go on date nights, but for some reason I didn't think we need. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. It makes no sense. But yeah, we do regular date nights now. Like every 2 or 3 weeks, pretty much.
That's
we
really
do a
good.
date night.
We're like, we try for once a month, but it's
And it is
hard to do.
so
It's hard,
great.
yeah, it's hard, especially when you have kids.
Yeah, and you got the baby. Like,
I know everything was a date night.
Well, we go at like 5. We
Is
go at
it?
5 and we're back at like 7.
Yeah.
love it.
And it's fun.
It's
Like
so
we
worth
did a
it, though.
dessert date night the other time.
Ooh, that's
cute.
fun. I've seen people do. I love this so much. Max thought this was kind of cheesy, but I might force him to do it. It's like you do a letter. And like you choose like
Oh
an
my
activity
God.
and then a food that starts with that letter.
Oh,
So you have to be really
that's fun.
creative. So like painting, and we'll get pie or whatever.
No, that's
like
fun.
yeah, I think it's just fun. It makes
I mean,
it, like,
that's fun.
creative.
Doing
Yeah.
random stuff is fun.
Yeah, and just like embracing the at-home date nights. You can like some people will do like choose a culture and make that food and then play that music. That's something that
you
we've
should
done
paint
before.
portraits of each other.
Yes!
That was so funny.
Yes.
Oh my! Well, we need
That's
to
at
do that,
home.
guys. We need to do
Yes,
that.
we need to do that.
But you know what? What Kath is saying earlier of like it's what you're saying. It's like a skill to learn. I like
Yeah.
that. It's a skill to learn to be happy. Okay, marriage is the number one place. I would maybe not number one. I think it's the number one place where the grass is green
Where you water it.
where you water it. See, guys, you know there's pregnancy brain and mom brain. I have both of them.
Wow, you're double.
Okay, so that's the problem. This is the time of the grass is green where you water it. So I've seen this in my own life so much. Like it is a choice basically to be feeding yourself like positive or negative things about your partner, kind of depending on what's going on. Obviously, you got to be realistic, but yeah, this is the time to make the most of it where you really build them up, encourage them, notice the good things, point out the good things. That's what you do.
Yeah,
the
and here's
time.
my tip. You know,
Tell him.
you're getting older. You look at him, you're like, not looking how you used to. Just take
not
off your glasses.
And you can't see very well.
I love it.
Take off your glasses.
I love it.
Oh my gosh.
Kath, a word from Kath. What do you think?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Because you've been mapped for 5 years and you have 3
Yes,
kids.
I know. That's
a lot.
crazy. Yeah, I was trying to think what would be the best, like most succinct way. I think the first thing that comes to mind, very similar to what Christina was saying, it's the quote from Henry, I think it's Henry Ford, where he says like, I'm paraphrasing here, but I've mentioned this before in relationship to parenting, but it's so true for marriage. It's like when he was like talking about how he developed all these men and helped them become millionaires, and a reporter asked him like, how is it that you help so many men who are like just regular jobs or whatever become millionaires? And he said, when men go into the mines, they don't go into the mines looking for dirt, even though they're surrounded by it. They go looking for gold and they find it. What you look for is what you find. And I think that's true for every person. Like, I feel like I've heard a lot of stuff that's maybe a little skewed, being like, women, you need to encourage your husbands. It's like, well, actually, they both need to encourage each other. Because every person, it's like, the way that you look at your partner, this sounds really woo-woo, but I do believe it. The way you look at them is how they become. So if you look at them like lazy, worthless, whatever. So that's
The more you criticize them,
useless,
the worse they feel.
And I've seen this so many
Very
times.
true.
Like, and it like hurts my heart to see of like just people constantly criticizing their partners or like pointing out all the ways that they're not like they're like failing or they're not like what they want them to be.
It, like cuts down their confidence.
And I think there is that does go with that. It's like these themes are so universal that they apply in every season of life, like single, dating, and married. If you are relying on another person to make you happy and make you feel good about yourself, you will not be happy and you will not feel good about yourself.
Tell him.
And it's interesting because in my marriage, the times when I felt the most insecure, I've really wanted Max to like make me feel better and compliment me more. And why are you not being more romantic? Why are you not doing this? And sometimes I would say that and then he would do those things, but it never really quite like
Worked.
like healed me because I needed to find that in myself, like between me and God, of like being good, like feeling good with myself, looking at myself in the mirror and being like, you're beautiful, you're great. Like yes, it's great. There is part of you that you want your husband to like look at you and be like, you're amazing, you're beautiful. Oh, I did this romantic gesture. I got you flowers for no reason. There's nothing wrong with those desires. I think those are good. But I also do think, I don't know, maybe this hot take, I think women are more romantic than men. And I've had so many
hot take.
Isn't
that what everyone thinks?
Well, I'm saying like I feel like I've just
some
I've
people
had
it's definitely
so
the
many
opposite,
people that I've
but
known
maybe on
be
average
utterly
overall,
shocked. Like,
yeah.
why does my husband like leave me notes, like cute notes all the time, or pick me up flowers for no reason, or plan all these great date nights? Like, a lot of times the woman is the one to do that, and I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with that. Like, I feel like I am the one to think of more romantic things, and Max loves doing them. But he's not necessarily, he's thinking about work. He's thinking about providing for the family. He's thinking about like, I don't know, just taking care of the house or whatever we need to get done. I feel like he doesn't think about that stuff as much. And I think when you have that high expectation, it's like you can become very resentful. It doesn't mean that men shouldn't be romantic. I think they should be, and it's great.
Also, women are so inundated with that, with like the media
Yes,
that we consume, like the rom-coms, the rom-com books, and
I
all
feel
the
like
things
we're
that
consuming
are like,
these books and media that are women doing what a woman would do from a man's perspective.
Oh!
And I think it's giving women these expectations. Anyway, that's a whole other tangent. But
No, that's
I'm just saying, like, I think you need to like find what you want, like in your own self, because you can control yourself. You can't control your partner. And I feel like the more I've become critical or negative, it never helped at all. It made things way worse. But when I was able to be grateful and find like the good things grew and they became more. So I don't know. I feel like I've become a lot more at peace just being grateful for what I have, instead of thinking like that's an example is like I used to always be annoyed that Max wouldn't like randomly get me flowers. But he gets me flowers for like every holiday, every like special occasion. He always writes me a nice card. Like, that's his way of showing love. He doesn't like, and also he doesn't do the grocery shopping, so he doesn't go where the flowers are often. And I don't know, I feel like I hung on to that for a long time. And then I kind of was realizing, like, let me look for the things he is doing, like the kindnesses, the small gestures, because it might not be the language that you have, but they are probably doing it. You just have to notice it and appreciate it. Realizing that your marriage is going to be, well, in serious relationship too, it's going to be cycles. There's going to be times where you feel really good and your partner feels really good and you're really in sync with each other and you're just like loving life. And there's going to be times where you're really out of sync with each other. You're kind of cranky. You're snapping at each other. You're just not like your best selves. And I think it's easy in those moments to panic and be like, oh my gosh, like our relationship is horrible. We're not going to make it, whatever. And I've kind of found that for me, the best thing is to give yourself and your partner grace and look at the situation like, okay, we have a bunch of young kids. We're not sleeping very much. We're stressed about XYZ. Like, look at the surrounding circumstances in your life and give yourself grace that like it's not always going to be a rom-com, but that time is going to come back around. So try to give extra grace in the hard times and hold on, because the good times are coming back around. And they always do. Like, I'm like, right when I get to the point where I'm like, oh, we've been like arguing more, or like we're just not as connected, I'm like, okay, what can we do? Maybe we could plan a date night. Maybe we need to have a heart to heart. Like, there's something you can do, but instead of panicking and being like, it's bad right now, it's always going to be bad. Like, I feel like it always is cyclical and it comes back around, and it has for us. So
love it.
Yeah, just like managing your expectations, that it's not always going to be this like perfect thing.
Rom-com.
Yes.
Love that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's that. Then
There you have
shall
it.
we move right along?
To our 5 perspectives.
So we have Lisa's perspective today in our 5 pops. Okay, guys, I got a new phone like 3 weeks ago, and I'm still not using it. It's just ready for when this one dies, I guess.
Understand.
But I need to start using the new one. I don't know what's wrong.
I
with it.
fully understand why.
Well, okay, my TikTok drafts, I still need to use those up. But then I keep making new ones. I gotta stop that.
you gotta stop.
Okay, it's a long story. Okay. So the 5 pops. This is from our patron Anna Lena.
Hey.
What is your fave Disney show? Of all time, Hannah Montana. Or even Stevens or That's a Raven.
Even Stevens is so good.
Or Lizzie McGuire. That's
but
my
so
top
is
4.
Lizzie McGuire.
That's my top 4.
I think Hannah Montana was mine.
Or Sweet Life.
It was a classic.
I think Lizzie McGuire.
That was
my favorite.
such a good show.
Yeah.
I love it.
Lisa's?
Oh, yeah.
I gotta hear. Oh, she gonna
about
say
her.
Hannah Montana or That's So Raven, I think.
Hello, one and all. My favorite Disney show. This is hard because Lily and I watch Disney Plus literally all the time. I actually really like some of the kids' shows now, so I'm like, shoot. But I'm thinking to my childhood, I was a huge Hannah Montana fan. I loved Hannah Montana, and I really loved That's So Raven.
Boom.
But I think, oh shoot,
That's so
there's 3. Okay, I also loved Lizzie McGuire.
Yeah.
Like, she was my style icon. I always wished I could dress as cool as her. But I think the one that cracked me up
Even
and
Stevens.
made me laugh by far the most was actually Phil of the Future.
Oh.
Especially when they did, like, Phil of the Future remix. Because they don't want to pay their actors. Oops. Anyway, they made a new show. Phil of the Future remixed was so
different.
hilarious. It got so good, and I don't know why the episodes are not on Disney Plus. It's a crime. I don't think you can watch it anywhere, but it's so freaking funny. So yeah, that's probably my favorite.
Phil of the Future was amazing. I
a
loved
good
that
one.
show.
Even Stevens definitely should get an honorable mention. That was such a good
No.
show.
Oh, yeah,
that
that's
show
on my
is
top.
hilarious.
That's one of the best. That's why I say Mother of Pearl.
Mother of Pearl.
Because that Mother of Pearl beans. Okay. Moving along to Sister Spotlight, where each week a different sister has a spotlight in her. We have Get Real with Christina, Sappy Your Size Thoughts with Kath, Lisa's Corner, Amy's Rants and Raves, and Lauren's Take. Boom. This week the sister is ding me. Get Real with Christina. Okay, so mine is really on theme with today, but it's a coincidence because also in my life, it's what I've been working on. Because I've been in therapy for my severe OCD since when? March? April? March? 4 months? 3 months? I don't know.
Okay,
A
slay.
few months, and I've made so much progress. It's crazy. I came up just living like that for years and years and years of my
I
life.
know. You get out of it and you're like, wait.
For my
what?
entire life, actually. I cannot believe I was living like that. But anyway, so the biggest thing that I learned, one of the biggest things I learned in there, which is what we were talking about too, is to tolerate uncertainty and discomfort. So I guess maybe putting it with this theme more, I want to encourage everyone to be able to sit in uncertainty. So when you have I wish I had known this so long ago, because I really struggled with this, obviously with OCD, for my whole life. Having uncertainty in anything, like having to wait for something or not know how something's going to go. Oh my gosh, pregnancy is so much uncertainty, because every day you're like, am I going to miscarry? Is the baby even in there? Like, what's going on? Is the baby going to be okay? Is the baby going to have something that I don't know wrong with them, or blah, 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 whatever? What's going to happen? Blah, 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 blah. So every single day, you especially sit in uncertainty and just wondering like, and you literally can't. The thing is, the uncertainty for like we're talking about, for dating and, I would say dating in single life especially, but in life, there's no answers for it. It's things that cannot be answered. That's what makes it so tough. There is, and you just wish someone could tell you. You're like, oh, if I just talk to the right person with the most authority, they will be able to give me the answer. But there's so many things in life that there is no the answer for.
You're never even satisfied with an answer.
Yeah, it's unfortunately impossible. And that's when your brain can just keep repeating it over and over because it's impossible. So there's just no way out of it. So in these moments, instead, what my therapist says for me to do, which is what I do now, is I just sit in it. So you just go like, I feel so uncomfortable and uncertain in this moment, and you just feel it like wash over you like a wave. So you can like picture a wave of uncertainty of the emotion, and it's very uncomfortable. It's not fun. It's uncomfortable. It's painful. You just picture it washing over you, and you just sit in your anxiety basically. But it's crazy about anxiety is that when you have given yourself permission to sit with it and be uncertain, then it does wash over you like a wave. When you don't do that, it's like when you resist it, it's like it keeps smacking you. It's like a wave that just keeps smacking you. Smack, smack. Because you're like, don't wash over me. Don't wash over me. Don't wash over me. So it just repeatedly smacks you in the face. So when you let it wash over you, it becomes more gentle, I will say. And it sucks because you're like drowning in it for a second. You're just like, Feeling really uncertain right now. So for instance, acceptance, like we're saying, that's another part of it. So I'll give an example of pregnancy. It's really easy. So I have to go like, what if I have a miscarriage tomorrow? What if, because I was having some symptoms the other day, which there's so many symptoms you can be like, oh my gosh, am I going to have a miscarriage? So I was like, what if I'm going to have a miscarriage? What if I'm going to lose my baby at 10 weeks? Blah, blah. And then I have to go like, okay, I'm feeling really uncertain. I'm feeling a lot of uncertainty right now, a lot of discomfort, and that sucks. I'm just going to feel it right now. And then I have to go, yep, I could have a miscarriage. That's true. There's no one who can tell me you will not. I can look up every statistic of like, when are you most likely to have a miscarriage? What makes you more likely? What makes you less likely? Blah, blah. And even so, that cannot tell me if I will or will not right now or later. Nothing will tell me unless God himself comes down and tells me, right? Which is not going to happen. So sit in the uncertainty and the discomfort and let the wave wash over me. And I'm like, yep, I could. That's true. And this is uncomfortable. And I'm uncertain and I'm uncomfortable right now. And I just breathe through it and do some grounding techniques, some nervous system regulation techniques, which I have like 5 that I do pretty much every day that are really easy. They can do like anywhere. And then it's over. And then I move on with my life. Amazing. What a revelation. You don't have to just sit in the same thought all day long and torture yourself. What? You just torture yourself intentionally for a moment. And then it's gone.
Honestly,
it's incredible.
Slay.
It's incredible. So that is my tip of the day. Sit in your uncertainty and uncomfortable thoughts and moments and accept them. Accept the pain of life and the potential pain of the future. You have to accept it. It sucks.
Yeah, it's not right. It's not right.
But that's life. It's much better than the alternative.
It is.
We've already tried that.
Oh, I've tried it.
And it's just way worse. Repeatedly stabbing yourself versus just like
really
letting it wash
fun.
over you. Yeah, it's way better. Yeah. All right, guys. That's that. Thanks for joining us. And we'll see you in the next episode. We love our patrons, especially you guys. Thank you for supporting us. We love everyone, but especially the patrons. Love you guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
You've been listening to the Cimorelli podcast. Follow Cimorelli on Spotify and subscribe on YouTube. You can also find Cimorelli on Facebook and Instagram.